Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Quick update here for fetch.ai. This is actually a very good pattern and area of retracement. We got this golden pocket, the 0.618, 0.65 fib levels here, right on the horizon. Decent chance we see a bounce from here. Keep in mind, it hinges on Bitcoin not dropping its bottom too, which is somewhat expected. I think we're going to lose 66K again. We rejected off of 67K here today. As per usual, right? Totally expected. So at this point, we want to kind of look at this here. So let's go ahead and pull up some backend data here. Before we do, I want to say quick congrats to our committee. Solana, 22% short, Bitcoin, 20% short, and 30% short from Near Protocol. We've got a couple left in profit and some other shorts that are soon to hit their profit target. So excited about that. Let's look at the data here, see what's going on with Fetch, and kind of reference the liquidation. If you're not familiar with liquidation, it really just helps us get perspective on areas of interest. They generally accumulate at key level resistances or supports. So let's look here. Last 7 days on the left, we can see roughly $1.11, upwards of $1.12. A lot of liquidation to the downside here. So we're closer to that level, therefore more likelihood the price pulls back to that range. Again, just simple liquidation 101, right? Anytime the price comes close, you'll see a quick wick down and the price recovers as if it never happened. And those who push the price to that level, they instantly take buy orders and they push the price back up. It's a very manipulative situation, but this is a very manipulative market. Par for the course. Okay, so take a look here. Above the price action, keep in mind we have a lot more liquidation at like one specific area. So we look here, what is that, 155? We have about one third of $1 billion worth of liquidation at that level. Obviously a lot more just above, but 1.6 to 1.7 is that round number just above the most recent high. So we want to kind of focus on that being a next target area after this level's been swept. Now, there's no guarantee it's going to be sweep because this is a key support level or support range, of course. And generally speaking, there's going to be a lot more liquidation at support levels. So it doesn't always mean it has to happen. It's just really common for it to do that is all. So all that being said, that nice little preface there to give you kind of an understanding where we're at. Overall macro, we're still honoring the descending trend line. So we're still bearish in the overall sense. Until we break back up above that from a macro standpoint, there's no reason to think that we're like back on track 100%. We could even have a good 10 to 15% couple of days in a row and still be under that level. So just note that we are underneath that, generally a bearish sign. However, we look at this here, we're under the 20 now as well. That's also bearish, so we've broken mostly bearish here. I don't think it's advantageous to consider a short at this level, just being so close to its bottom. But once again, there is a possibility we could see the price come down as low as 105. All right, so just keep in mind, we've got 3 strong red days here. Generally, it's followed by a 4th green day. So if Bitcoin does pull back, I'd be interested in maybe considering an entry somewhere in the 120 to 123 range to kind of get in just below that golden pocket there, because there's a solid chance we see a liquidation sweep there. Keep in mind, we have a strong amount of control here at 120. That's that point of control for the local support. We zoom out further. Let's go ahead and see if this changes. Of course, I'm confident it probably will. So let's exclude that lowest point here and just kind of see where we're at for this here. So the point of control for the most recent time frame ever since February 27th is still that 110 to 120 range. Okay, we got the most amount of volume there. Obviously, there's a lot about 260. That's a conversation for another day. So let's look at some indicators here and see where we're at. Stochastic swinging down. This is common. Most coins are doing that. We lost 50 on the RSI. Not a lot of coins have done that yet, therefore implying that we are now bearish, and we have been for about 2 or 3 days. Big surprise, the price has been dropping for 2 or 3 days. I know it seems redundant, obviously, right? But the truth is there's merit to that too, because here with MACD diverging as well, soon to potentially diverge, those things kind of happen together. It basically just implies that the price action is going to have difficulty recovering. Okay. Now we do have this falling wedge pattern here, which if you're not familiar, if you take a look, I've recently posted this here, just so you can kind of get perspective on the the patterns and generally how they work. So here, let's pull it up here. Where did I put that? Let's find it. I'll find it for you later, but really the easy way to understand it is that we have price action for this coin pulling back, and the statistical probability of this falling wedge pattern breaking to the upside is like a 55% probability. So again, I don't think it's extremely likely we're going to see the price just bounce back and recover, but that pattern does have a tendency of playing out sometimes. But either way you look at it here, we are right at 30 on the RSI. When 30 on the RSI and 20 on the money flow index occur concurrently, it's usually a place in which we see a bounce. Now, again, a lot of times the price will continue lower, but generally speaking, whenever I've done a lot of back testing on the 4-hour time frame. It's my favorite time frame, and I can tell you that 30 on the RSI is generally going to provide a lot of support at first. That in combination with us being right in this golden pocket here, that 0.65, 0.618, I'm willing to speculate 123 to 125 will be a solid support range for this coin. Again, everything's bearish, so we're below all moving averages. There's no reason to take it long. But if you're going to insist, that would be a consideration for a very quick in and out. Let's take a look at the hourly really quick and just kind of verify where we're at here. We're well below the cloud. We have been for some time. Lagging spans free and clear, conversion lines below the baseline. While the conversion line is trying to break above the baseline here, implying we're losing momentum, it's still a very bearish scenario here. So there's no reason to consider a long, even though we are in a nice support range. I think with Bitcoin kind of dropping here below 66,000, which it's doing right now, we have a pretty solid consideration for the price to drop lower. So I'd just be very careful in taking a trade with this coin to the upside. I wouldn't even recommend a short, honestly, too, even though it's more likely to go down. I don't like shorting into a key level support, specifically the golden pocket, and of course the more recent local point of control. So I would just kind of pump the brakes, relax, take it easy, wait for this coin to give us some bullish signs, maybe a break above this descending trend line for starters, and secondary to that, getting above the cloud, which is a long ways away. So I don't think this is a really good trade right now, folks. Thanks again so much for watching. I hope you learned something today. Do yourself a favor, join Bitunix. These guys are awesome. They have hedge mode and a lot of other cool features that they're bringing. We've been working with them for almost a year now, and they've been phenomenal to our community. No KYC or VPN required. Use my link to register so you get this awesome rewards here, $5,500 in benefit rewards. Awesome stuff, folks. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.